I hate that as women, it's instilled in us just that if we are feeling kind of depressed or manic or anything like that, it's probably because we're gonna get our period.
Whoever started that can suck my dick.
You know, I've been dealing with it a little bit off and on these last 2 weeks, just waiting for my period to come. I kept telling myself, oh yeah, it's just because of my period, because, you know, when you have so many mental health disorders, you try to convince yourself, oh, I don't actually have them. Even though you're going to therapy for them. What? Depression? BPD? Anxiety? Those don't exist. I don't even know if I could pinpoint everything that I've been feeling. I sat down in my apartment and I was staring at the wall for 20 minutes and I didn't even realize how numb I was. Just not thinking anything, just staring. The last time I had a really big mental breakdown, it was towards the beginning of winter, and my mom had blamed it on my period, and it was such a big mental breakdown that I was almost taken to the hospital, but my mom just said, you're on your period, this is why this is happening. And I feel like I really rely on what other people say, and since then I've just been thinking, oh, all of my issues are solely because of my period. Every single day of the month that I feel bad is because my body is preparing for my period. It's just not true. I need to stop telling myself these untrue things. I'm gonna be fine. I know I'm gonna be fine. You know, I feel like it's important to have these moments in my vlogs because not everything is happy and silly goosey all the time and screaming and drinking Shamrock Shakes, you know. I feel all kinds of feelings, but I've not been feeling super great feelings particularly lately. Sorry my vlogs have been kind of boring, guys. I don't really do a whole lot. Thanks for sticking around. Loud interaction I just heard walking through the hallway between the kids and one of the people's apartments in my building. Shut up! You just said a bad word. Yeah, well, I'm 9 years old. Yeah, he's 9 and they were so real for that. I love overhearing drama from kids. Well, you guys, surprise, surprise. I'm feeling a lot better than I did yesterday, so we're gonna treat myself for getting through it and do some things that make me feel happy.
It's tea time, bitch.
Ah! La 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 la.
And it's ironic for fun, but
Today's drawing prompt is tent, so let's do that.
Tent, oh tent, I wonder where you went. Why could you not have bent the rules just a little bit? We could have been Romeo and Juliet on the week of Lent. I know how much you love fish, but gosh, that gave me the ish. The ish. Oh, those poor fish. Those poor fish that could have been eaten by you. Could have been served in a fancy dish, but instead, they were caught in a net of shit. Shit all over the plate, making everyone in the world Met Gala, where they crotalled all over the palette, and then the paint dripped, drip, 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 drip. Rip, said the man to the woman. Rip that arse into a new for poo.
I have to stop using my mouth and start using water for these brushes. I'm gonna turn into one of the radium girls.
wish you saw. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you good. For the record, I did get my period today. Blood loss in the bathroom stall. Step outside, but not to ball. And my sister showed me a Bad Babies diss track today, and I like rapping for
Well, I wrote this.
fun, so I thought it would be really fun to write something stupid.
All my money you have spent, all my life you have lent, down the drain, looking for cocaine. Where can I find you? Girl, I'm in pain. My love for you is strong. I can't even hit the bong, cause all the smells remind me of you. Yeah, all the smells, they make me feel blue, blue, bluer than my balls. The day that you were to fall for me? Nah, girl, it's all you. You ain't even got a clue. Not a clue, no. Not like the guy from Rocky Horror Picture Show when he was the butler in Clue. Nah, girl, not a clue. That was all you. We gonna ride around the block, maybe screw around a little bit. I'll suck on your tits.
And that's when we stop. One that I do want to accomplish one day, though, is one that I was basing off of Scooby-Doo. I thought that pussy was dusty and creaky. I thought I even heard it go ree. You know, he does the ree. With the birds that share this lonely view. And guys, I had this realization. I talked so much about how I want to be in love and how I want someone to fall in love with me, and I'm starting to get scared that the problem isn't that, you know, no one's gonna fall in love with me. Because I've just always been so insecure. It's hard to understand that, oh, a lot of people do have crushes on you. A lot of people do look at you when you're going places. A lot of people will tell you that you're pretty or that they like you. And that's not me trying to brag. I'm just getting to the point that I just never have those feelings for people. And I know I'm not aromantic because I've fallen in love once. I still have love for that person. I've been talking to them for almost 2 years now. They also said that they loved me, but then things got really bad. But I fell in love with someone online, and I think that's where I went wrong. So now I'm really concerned that, oh, can I only fall in love with people if they're online? Because it only happened once, and people that are right in front of me feel suffocating. With the birds that share this lonely view. My favorite quote has always been, we accept the love we think we deserve. I think it's like one of the truest things that I've ever heard, and I know I deserve more than what that person has been giving me. It's so hard when you have your first love. And I'm 20, so it's like, I found my first love really late. You guys are beautiful. I just wanted to like take a second to tell you that you guys are all so beautiful, and I hope that I can make your guys' days like a little bit brighter when you see my videos, I hope.
Apparazzi me, baby. Te extraño mucho, baby. Realmente necesito. Baby, te extraño.
My name was Miranda. This was me shortly before they found me in the backyard of a Casey's, snorting cocaine out of a butt plug that I pulled out of a butler that was doing butt stuff. You can't even imagine what it smelled. Well, it smelled like a butler that had a butt plug and was doing butt stuff. But anyway, now they call me Butt Plug Missy.
It's St. Patty's Day, so you know what that means. It's time to Shamrock Shake It.
Shake it like a...
I drank it all in 5 minutes. My stomach's gonna be so hurted. We're so back. All right, here's the big news for today.
I just had my therapy session. I don't want this to feel like unloading to you guys, but I also want to be open and vulnerable with you because I think that's important. I've been going to therapy for the last 5 years now, plus an extra year when I was in middle school before I had quit. I've gotten a psychoanalysis, gone through the DSM-5. I have borderline personality disorder, major depressive disorder, I have an anxiety disorder, OCD. I have a dissociative disorder. My therapist expressed to me today that she feels I have a sensory processing disorder as well, because we were talking about things on the spectrum. We had a really productive conversation about a lot of things.
Sensory processing disorder is a neurological condition that impacts how the brain processes sensory information. It can cause one or more senses to overreact or to underreact to stimulation.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Hopefully you guys are able to relate. That's what I want out of this. I want people to hear me and to be able to relate and be like, oh, hey, that makes me feel better, because I love watching No Offense and Jake Weber and hearing them, because I never felt like I've related to anyone more in my entire life. I've never really related to people, and hearing them talk about all their shit, I'm like, I'm not just a ghost. Basically, I have done this thing always when people in my life have died and I don't know how I'm supposed to react, so I just assume I'm supposed to cry. Sometimes I feel like crying, but most of the time I'm like, I think this is what I'm supposed to do, so I start making myself feel all these overwhelming feelings. I remember when I was a little kid in like 2nd grade, and my teacher would be trying to show me how to do things, and my face would just get really hot, and I would start crying because I wouldn't understand and my brain wasn't processing it fast enough or at all. And I would still do it later on in middle school, and in high school I just started cheating off of people because I couldn't understand it. I would take my homework home to my parents and they would try to show me how to do it a certain way, and I would start freaking out and be like, no, because this is how the teacher showed me how to do it. This is how you're supposed to do it. This is the way it's supposed to be done. No, you're doing this wrong. And I would get so freaked out. I remember being 9 years old and throwing myself on the floor and beating the ground and screaming and crying, and my face getting really red because I didn't know what I wanted, but I needed something. I needed more stimulation than what I was getting, and everything would be completely fine. We would be having a good, normal time doing nothing before that would start, and then I would just freak out. I stopped doing this recently, but when I would get really overstimulated and no one was looking at me and I would get freaked out about something that I did or something that happened, I would start beating on myself. I would start beating on my arms, my legs, making bruises on my body, and people would ask me about where they came from, and I would just be like, oh, I might be anemic. When I had my huge mental breakdown that I talked about from a couple months ago, I threw myself on the ground in front of a bunch of strangers outside and cried and started beating on the ground, and my sister almost had to carry me inside because I wouldn't get up. Before that, I was stomping up and down, and I threw myself on the ground like I was 9 again. I also have my personal bubble. Like, everyone has a personal bubble, but I don't like it when people get super close to me. Only certain people can touch me. When people are talking to me and there's a TV on, all I can hear is the TV. All I can focus on is the TV, and I'm like, can someone turn the TV off? Someone turn the TV off. When I was in school and people would be talking to me in the lunchroom, I would be trying to pay attention to the person in front of me, but then I would see this person over here, and oh, that person's doing something over there, and oh, this is happening over here, and then oh shit, I don't know what you were saying to me at all. I will get super fixated on a thought of something that I need. Like when I'm with my friends, something that I've expressed a lot is that I will be thinking about food, even though I'm not hungry. I don't need food, or a drink, a special drink. I want a certain drink. I need a drink now, and I want the drink now. And I'm not saying that out loud, but it's all I'm thinking about while they're talking to me, while we're supposed to be having a good time. We're doing all these things, and all I can think about is I want the food, I want the drink, I need the drink, and it'll completely ruin my time with them. It'll make me not want to spend time with people because I couldn't get what I wanted, and I was in a space where I wanted what I wanted and I couldn't get it. But that's also from me trying to be like, hey, let's have a good time doing this thing. We don't need food to have fun, but all I want is the food. And then I'll get the food and I'll just keep feeling like I need it. I need that stimulation of something in my mouth. I need to feel something. She talked about maybe I have a sensory processing disorder. It feels good to hear that because I just have always felt so different from other people, and other people have always called me quirky or unique, or
You make everything weird.
my sister also has always called me a fucking weirdo.
That weirdo fucks.
But, you know, it feels good to be a weirdo, you know what I'm saying? Weirdo club. We could be weirdos. If you guys relate to any of those things,
You could have mesothelial herpes gingivitis. Call this toll-free number and you could be entitled to my wife.
Player's gonna play. You're not alone. I've never really been open about a whole lot of that stuff to anyone but my therapist. Thanks for listening, guys. Kind of cool.
Guys, watch what I just found out I can do.
I'm getting the fuggler out of here.
Yeah.
I swim in the water that's breaking your levee.
What's up, guys? I'm not Colby. Sorry for
Party rockin'.
for this being such a roller coaster of a video. I am still on my period, but I'm almost there. You know, they usually last 7 days. I'm almost there. Thank you for sticking to the end of this video. If you did, if you related to anything, I'm so sorry, because I understand. You guys are all beautiful and you're doing great. In editing, it was so tough. I tried to make some of the sad parts silly so that, you know, we laugh through that pain.
Would you believe this is sincere me just making back-to-back weird sounds, because that's exactly what happened.
Hopefully next week is better. I won't be on my period anymore. You are emotional on your period. It is a thing, you know, but you shouldn't have to blame everything that happens to you on your period, because it's not just about your period. Not about your period. I love you guys so much. Slay, oh, slay. Keep combinationing your pizza rolls. I'll see y'all another day. And stay safe out there on your shark weeks. We got some sharks swimming in the water. When I got my period for the first time, I was in middle school, 6th grade, 11 years old, and I was so uncomfortable with talking about my period or calling it my period, so I would call it my tsunami. That's the only thing we could refer to it as in my house. I couldn't say period. It made me so uncomfortable. And I would go stay with my dad 2 hours. I didn't tell my dad I had my period ever until 2 years after I got it for the first time. He said, I know, your mom told me. I was like, how embarrassing. It's not embarrassing. Now when I get my period, everyone knows, but my customers at work, because that is over the line. But everyone knows when I have my period. Period. Anyway, slay, keep combination your pizza rolls. See y'all another day. I love you. Bye. If it's not your mom, then I don't even want her. Oh my God, I never pray for another MILF to drive down my driveway till I stumble upon her beautiful tits. Her presence isn't what kills me. It's those big bright red nipples. There are people in front of me that are watching me talk to my camera, so I'm gonna go. Bye.